Hello, I present to you today a tutorial on how to 3D print a donut made in Blender. Now this is a donut that I made in Blender, and it's going to be a gift for a friend, and I'm going to show you how to print it. One of the first things I'm going to do is, this thing did have a subdivision surface modifier, but I already applied it. One thing that I do before applying modifiers is I make a backups collection here. As you can see, there's a lot of backups here, and to make a new collection you can just hit the plus icon here, or you can right click in this area. You can name it, you can drag objects to it, and when you have it unchecked like this, it just means that the objects in here don't really exist in the world until this is checked again. Now to start off with, I'm going to take all of these objects and join them together. Now to start off with, there's an add-on that comes with Blender. If you go to Edit, Preferences, in this little add-ons tab here, then go up here to this search bar and type in Toolbox. Then there'll be this add-on named 3D Print Toolbox. You can check that. Then you can hit N on your keyboard. Then in these tabs over here, hit 3D Print. Now this is a tool area to help make sure your 3D prints are good and that the slicer will accept them pretty good, and it also exports it. So to start off with, make sure your 3D model is selected first, then go to this cleanup tab, hit distorted, and then make a manifold, and then hit check all right here. Now it has all the stuff here. As you've seen down here, it cleaned it, as you said, it removed some stuff and it cleaned the mesh up a bit, but it still looks pretty much the same, so I assume it was just minor details. Now go to this export tab. You can make it where it's a specific file. I just have mine go to my Blender file. You can have the format be a specific one. I just do STL. I'm gonna leave the scale at unchecked because I just don't need to. It's just a donut. And I'm gonna hit export. Now I'll open Ultimaker Cura. Sometimes if you're having issues trying to get your file to open up into Ultimaker Cura, sometimes it might be the file, but it has the emblem of that little 3D view app that comes with your computer. You don't need to delete that if you want to open your 3D print file. Your 3D file. Mine's working, however, right now, but if yours isn't, you can right click, go to open with right here, and then I already have Ultimaker Cura selected here, so it works. And you can hit OK. Alright, we're here in Ultimaker Cura, and I'm just going to select the model and scale it up a bit. My printer is a little smaller, so I'm gonna upscale it quite a bit. That looks pretty good for size. Now let's go up to this bar right here. There's different things right here, like speed. Sometimes if your printer is pushing over prints as it's printing, maybe you need a lower speed. I'm not saying that's always what'll fix it, but it's one of the things that could. Right, in this tutorial we're not going over support because this is a donut. This is just how to print something from Blender simply. I will do a more advanced video in the future though. I make sure and select adhesion because in a second, once it slices, you'll see it adds this little small layer around the base, which just helps your model stick to the platform better. It can be good if you are doing something tall and skinny, so it can help keep it from flipping over. And you can do supports for that too. Now another thing is, right here, as you've seen over here, when I drag this down, this orange color here is the infill. What infill is, as you see, if I raise the infill level, it makes it where it does it quite solid right here, but as you've seen before, it had more gaps. And it can be quite strong still, even when it can be sort of low infill. But this is just a gift, and it'll take a lot of filament if I do an unnecessary amount of filament or infill. It'll take unnecessary amounts of filament, and it'll take an unnecessary amount of time. As you can see, we have our time of 1 day and 58 minutes. As you can see, the infill is quite lighter, or quite less dense. And this is how you can drag this right here to watch how that, like the levels individually, and you can drag the bottom one too, so you can just see individual levels. That can be kind of fun. And also, you can hit the play button here. You have to make sure and drag this down. If you hit the play button, you can watch it print your model. Except I'm not going to spend a whole day and 50 minutes watching this print on my computer if I could watch it print real life. So I just plugged in my USB drive. As you can see here, it has it where I can save it to the drive, and if I want to save it to the disk, I can just hit this arrow icon, but I'm gonna save it to the drive. Then I can hit eject, and I can eject it out of the computer. Now let's get to printing. Well, this is the end of the video. This is the donut, and here we go. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification icon.